And then if you present me a medical note, then having your own chair at my D&D session is okay. Otherwise, I'm gonna be upset because you brought your own chair. Am I the butthead for bringing my own chair to a D&D game at a friend's house? I mean, if there are no chairs, or their chairs are covered with cat hair, or you can tell that they haven't been cleaned in a long time or something, then gosh, like that is awkward, right? Do you just sit in it? Do you put your butt in nastiness? I haven't read this, but I'm assuming there was a problem with the chairs, and so they brought their own chair. If there aren't enough chairs, then I don't know, dude. This is actually a funny story too. I have a chair story that I can tell you, but I probably shouldn't because it's not appropriate. Anyway, let's read the story. I play Dungeons & Dragons every Friday evening at a friend's house. She is gracious enough to host every week when none of the rest of us can. I love people who are willing to host the game when nobody else is willing to or can do it, because they're the ones that allow you to play the game. You don't have to go to a game shop that has a lot of people talking and interruptions and maybe sometimes you feel awkward or something having to play at a game shop because you're like talking in character and stuff and other strangers. Maybe it's not. But anyway, hosts are awesome. However, the folding chairs she provides us are the most uncomfortable things on planet Earth. Yeah. 6.5 hours in one, a typical session length. That's a good session too, by the way. That is a solid game session. 6.5 hours. I used to run 8-hour game sessions. They were like 4 p.m. to midnight. Is that 8? How long is that? Is that 8 hours? Yeah, that's 8 hours. I used to run 8 hours, 4 p.m. to midnight. I did that for, wow, probably a year. We probably ran 8-hour game sessions for a year. I had 2 groups. We were doing it for about a year before finally we were like, it dawned on us, this is insane. And we started to end at about 9. So now it goes from 4 to 9. And we're like, this is more reasonable. But we were all excited. So 8 hours, we didn't care. We were having fun. Anyway, 6.5 hours in one of these chairs has me in pain and stiff. Even with frequent trips up and down to stretch my legs, these chairs cause me actual pain. So another thing I want to mention too is that all of these stories we're going to read today, we are only getting one side of the story. So, and you know that there's like parables and stuff about like, you know, whoever presents their case first is always the one that seems to be in the right until another person comes along and sets the record straight. Like that might actually be a proverb or something from the Bible. I don't know, but I know that I've heard that saying before, wherever it came from. And the point is that whoever tells the story they're always going to present it from not only from their viewpoint, and most people feel justified in what they do usually, you know, but they're also sometimes going to tweak a few things here to make themselves seem better than they actually were. So always just take these types of stories with a grain of salt, that you're getting one side of the story and not the entire thing. It's always super, super important to realize that. I mean, you can just go on Twitter for some of these posts about things that people tweet that are absolutely lies, and they're doing it to just cause rioting and violence and stuff. They lie about situations to just get reactions and get retweets, and it's a lie. It's an outright lie. People lie about crap all the time. Anyway, that's another topic. Let's keep going here. I brought my own folding chair to game this past Friday, one with padding and ergonomics. Our host was clearly confused why I brought my own chair and was obviously not thrilled by this. I told her the truth, her chairs are uncomfortable and I prefer my own. I was given the silent treatment for this. Like, who gives a flying crap? Like, look it. This is where I play D&D. Like, okay, let's go to the big screen so you can see a little bit better. So I play D&D at this table right here, which has a bunch of books on it right now because I have new bookcases over there that I spent 8 hours assembling on Monday and Tuesday, and I haven't had a chance to put the books on them yet. But the bookcases have been assembled. I got to put the books on it. Anyway, I've got a bunch of books on that table, so it's kind of a disaster, and I hate to have cluttered crap in my house. I like to have nice, neat, clean everything. So this is really annoying to me, all of those books piled up, which is why I feel the need to justify it to you, I feel like, because I hate having this kind of junk not properly put away and stuff. Anyway, that's a different story. The point is, what I'm trying to say is I play D&D at that table right there, and I have like wooden chairs, and sometimes I forget to put the pads on them, And we also have folding chairs, which actually are pretty sturdy and well cushioned. One of my players brought them over for us. So, but if one of my players were to say, Luke, you know, these chairs are too hard for me, it causes me pain, whatever, I wouldn't give a flying crap if you bring your own chair. I don't care. I am there to play D&D. Like, or in this case, Pathfinder 2. But like, I'm there to play the game. Like, who cares if you have to bring your own chair or you want to bring your own chair? Like, you don't have to give me a doctor's slip. Like, here's my medical note that explains why I have to have my own chair. And then if you present me a medical note, then having your own chair at my D&D session is okay. Otherwise, I'm gonna be upset because you brought your own chair. Like, that is the most insanely stupid thing to get upset about. Like, somebody brought their own chair. That's really dumb. It's stupid. Now, that said, I think probably the OP did not approach this in the proper way. I would wager a guess that there was no conversation of, hey, you know, I just want to let you know that I'm super grateful that you're hosting and everything, you're providing a place for us to play, but I just want to let you know that I have kind of a little medical thing going on, and I need like ergonomically correct chairs and stuff to alleviate my lower back pain and stuff like that. And I just want to let you know that if it's okay with you, I'd like to bring my own chair. You know, that way because you know, sitting for 6 hours in your chairs, it kind of hurts a little bit, and that's no slight to you because I'm super grateful that you're like hosting and everything. But I am in a little bit of pain, so if it's okay with you, I'd like to bring my own chair. That way I'll just be a little bit more comfortable and stuff, you know? So there is and you tell them that before it happens, and you're like, you express how grateful you are and all this. And like, it's no slight, but like you need your own chair for medical reasons because your back hurts or whatever. Like, if you present this properly, right? Everything, you preemptively talk about this, you have a conversation and you smooth things over. That way, when you bring your chair, they already know and they're like, it's cool, we're straight and everything. But if you just show up with a new chair, you know, and don't say anything, and then when they ask, like, what's the chair all about? And you're just kind of like, well, your chairs are super uncomfortable and they hurt my back, and so I need a new chair. Like, if you're very like that way about it, well, yeah, dude, you didn't go about it the right way. Like, you have to have some soft skills here of like talking to people in the right way to make sure that how grateful you are and stuff, but like you are in pain. So like, if it's okay, you want to bring your own chair and it's not an offense to them and they don't need to provide you the chair. Like, they're doing amazing, giving you a place to play. Like, there's a right way to go about this that I think could have made this probably turn out a whole lot better. Now, I'm assuming that the OP didn't talk to the person to begin with. Or if they did a really bad job of navigating that conversation. But I guess not everybody is gifted with the gift of gab or something, so maybe they're just they can't do the social crap. But anyway, there's a good way to go about this that involves talking to the person. It's amazing how many of the problems at our games could be avoided by talking to people, and yet we don't. We don't talk to people. We're just, you know. I was given the silent treatment after this, and her icy demeanor suggested I had trampled on her as a host and disrespected her space. The other people in the group seemed indifferent to me bringing my own chair, or else they took the host's side, and it was a fairly awkward session in all. Next week, I won't bring my own chair. I prefer physical pain to social. You're dumb. I'm sorry. What do you all think? Am I the butthead? I feel like, I think both parties are in the wrong, is what I think. I think both parties are in the wrong. I have a suspicion that the OP did not navigate this situation in the best manner, and the lack of navigating it well resulted in the host being offended. And then the host was offended by this slight and got upset about it and held it against the person, right? Like, so I feel like both people didn't navigate it and respond properly to this. And now the OP is basically throwing a temper tantrum. Like, this is a temper tantrum. That's what this is. I 100% guarantee you, like 100% guarantee you that this game right here, like, it's not going to last for long. Like, this person is probably not going to go back to this game for long or something, because what I think's happening right now is now they're like throwing a temper tantrum. Like, I'm not bringing my chair next week. I prefer pain. I prefer physical pain to social pain. It's like, well, you know, there's actually some truth to that. Like, there actually is some truth. Like, a lot of people would prefer to have physical pain than social pain, because there's the power of social dynamics is a real thing. So there's actually some truth to that, you know. But I feel like this OP is probably kind of throwing a fit now, and I have a suspicion that attitude is going to bleed over into in the game, and things are probably going to implode at some point. And this is how things happen. Things start with little tiny issues like this, and then people get bitter, you know, and you have a couple different people kind of going at it and stuff, and then things explode, you know, and then the host says, you know what, I'm not hosting anymore. This is ridiculous, you know, or the OP is like, I'm not going to that game anymore. And then a couple of her friends agree with her and they stop going too, you know, and so you just have a couple people bickering and having a little argument over a chair. You're fighting over a stupid chair. And it's just a stupid chair. I don't care. Like, I've had players break my chairs. I don't care. It's a $15 chair. I'll buy a new one. Like, well, not these oak ones. No, these ones are oak. These are like solid oak, nice chairs. Those are going to cost more than $15. But like, whatever, man. Whatever. You can break the chair. Just don't break my windows or the walls, because those are harder to repair. I can buy a new chair. You know, and if somebody wants to, like Kevin, Alex, Michael, Joe, Tara, Bill, any of you all want to bring your own chair, you're welcome to bring your own chair. Bring your chair if you want. Nice, comfortable, like, you know, chair like this. What is this stupid thing? What do they call these? Gaming chairs or whatever. You know, as long as you can carry it from your car to the basement and don't hit my walls or hit the banisters or the ceiling, you know, don't damage my house while you're bringing it in, because, you know, every time I seem to have furniture mover people in my house, they break stuff because they're not careful, because they don't own the house. And so as long as you're careful and don't break my house, you can bring your own chairs. You're welcome to bring your own chairs to my game if you feel so inclined. I will not be offended. I don't give a flying crap. I just want to play Pathfinder 2. That's all I care about. I want to play Pathfinder 2, hang out with my friends, and eat junk food one day a week, and then I'll be happy. You can bring your own chairs. You know, bring your own chairs. It's cool.